Bob Byler from Venice, Florida, and I'm going to summarize the Bob and Ruth Byler archival jazz videos on YouTube, which now show nearly 400 hours of jazz at festivals and concerts in the United States and overseas since 1984. The total may double as I add new videos often. These are not for commercial use, but they're shared with fans to support the music and honor its performers. It also is a tribute to my late wife, and here she is, Ruth, a loving partner in photography and life adventures. I might say something about our video. I actively support live jazz as a bumper sticker I use. And I like the live jazz as well as concerts. But when it's live, you get to see the players' emotions and reactions, and the fans and the venues, and just the way jazz is presented live. So we've been doing this videos. I've been a photographer since 1950 or so, and a film photographer since 1955. Taping and photography of jazz musicians began in the mid-50s, and I finally got a first video camera in 1984, and videotaped since then. In the process of doing over 100 articles and covering more than 100 jazz festivals for the Mississippi Rag Traditional Jazz magazine. And these videos are in the archives of jazz societies all over the country. And I'm sitting in front of photos here, and I'll explain them in a minute. Okay, the YouTube site shows videos in the order I put them on. My son Greg is a guru, and he's put my regional index now on Flickr in the Bob and Ruth Byler Byler YouTube Video Index. Now you won't be able to read this very well here, but this is the index, and it's the Eastern region first, in the international region, Europe and Jazz C, and next page continues. Here's a little New Orleans group, and there'll be more to come. This is the Florida section, all up and down the coast, since I've lived here since 2001, and before that. And there's more Florida there, and then the Midwest is a large section, because I lived in Evansville, Indiana, and Bowling Green, Ohio, and covered the jazz around Toledo and Michigan and all over the whole Midwestern, about 6 states. And this is more of the Midwest index. And then we go into the Western states, and the main festival there was the Sacramento Jazz Jubilee, which I covered about 10 times, and did many videos there, and in San Diego and other West Coast cities, and these are all listed. So that index can be printed if you want to look for specific bands or players or regional festivals. Now you can view and print that index off of the YouTube file, and it's in Flickr. I'm going to scan some items here for your index, but I want to show these photos behind me. So I believe I'll get up and pan in close on some of those, and they're double-sided, so I'll turn them around after I've scanned some of them. I'm going to try this again, looking in closer at some of these pictures, and you'll recognize many of them, and then I'll go in there after I've given you a better look here And there's a favorite there, by the way. Collage I did of June Christie. 5 photos and 5 different expressions. It was amazing. She was with the Ted Heath Orchestra. There's a favorite place, Tommy Gwaltney's Blues Alley in Washington, D.C. And here's Dick Hyman's All-Star Concert here in Venice. Okay, I'll pause a minute and turn these around. Okay, there's some more photos for you to look at. I'll come in close on some of them so you can see who we have here. And I'll be showing some video of some of these people too. There's Igor. And here we go, Tex Wyndham, Igor, and Doc Severinsen. And there's some of my drums back in the background. Okay, that's probably enough photos. Let me come in close so on Boots Randall. I'll be playing some video of him. Okay, I'll go back now and a few more comments. Okay, I'll add updated pages to my regional index about every 3 months. Our video, photo, and article collections are now being donated to University of Southern Indiana Archive at Evansville. I led a jazz club and produced 4 festivals, many concerts, and monthly jam sessions there from 1966 to 1973. I've worked in my archives about 1,000 hours yearly in the last 15 years. I'm grateful to have the time and energy to keep it up at age 85. Ruth and I used to say after some enjoyable jazz and travel adventures, well, we did something different today. I'm going to add videos here, or some favorites for being special and a little different from the standard jazz repertoire, perhaps. I'll have to just summarize these in a row here because I'm not able to go back and forth after I get on my DVD burner. Okay, the first one you'll see is Ein kleine Nachtmusik, translated as a little night music by Mozart, who may have been the seminal jazz player. The T&R band, led by Peter Lipa from Bratislava, Slovakia, did this tune in the set at the Sacramento Jazz Jubilee. Next is a virtuoso performance of the tune Hava Nagila by banjoist Van Paula Wilkie with Sammy Gardner's band. This is on the Goldenrod Showboat at St. Louis in 1985, my first festival video. Bill Allred's band from Orlando is an international favorite, and fans get energized by his frequent closing tune, Joe Avery's Peace, and it was in a concert at the Venice Theater in Florida. The Mardi Gras Band of Sacramento amuses fans with sparkling exchanges by its leaders, Dick and Claudette Johnson. So here is Tom Lair's famous satirical Voicemail 911. The tempo and mood of Ralph Grugel's Eagle Jazz Band of Cleveland changed dramatically when clarinetist Ted Wint played his soulful His Eyes Is on the Sparrow, and this was at a Columbus festival. I'll finish with Boots Randolph's famous Yakety Sax concert finale with his quintet at our Venice Theater. He was from Evansville, where I led the jazz club, and his videos from Venice, Sacramento, and Nashville I put online are by far the favorite of viewers. I'll just add one more comment, that the people we've met in the Specialist Traditional Swing Jazz Festival culture are some of the nicest and wonderful people. It's just a great worldwide family that we've always enjoyed so much being with. So I hope you enjoy some of the video, and we'll keep on supporting good music. Thank you.
Okay. And now, attention, please. It's gonna be something different, a little bit classic for this time, and it's one by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Little night music.
escape it, but it seems inevitable that the way this thing got started was Claudette driving down the street one day in Sacramento here, stopped in front of a high school. Immediately, a fight starts in the lane in front of the car. She picks up the cell phone, dials 911, and nobody answers. Nobody ever answered. And then we found out later on in the investigation that in California, this is the truth, that you don't, on a cell phone, get 911. You get the highway patrol. And they're so swamped with calls that they answer 37% of the calls, or at least at that time they were. So I wrote this number, and it's called "Thank You for Calling Us at 911." And Dennis has a big part in this. You got the whistle and everything? Thank you for calling us at 911, and welcome to our new voicemail. We're here to help in that emergency and put those dirty crooks in jail. But if your phone has got a rotary dial, just sit back and try to smile. We won't be with you for quite a while, but thanks for calling us at 911. Yes, thank you for calling us at 911, and welcome to our new voicemail. Sorry, we're not in right now, but science will prevail. Just touch the buttons on your touch-tone phone. Leave us a message when you hear the tone, and we'll call you back sometime before we go home. And thanks for calling us at 911. Now, if you're having just a little family fight, please press 1. Thank you. But if you're going to keep the neighbors up all night, please press 2. Thank you. If the fight you're having is with your wife, and it's more than just a matter of domestic strife, and you think it might entail, say, a gun or a knife, please press 3. Thank you. Now, if you've been shot, but it's below the knee, please press 4. Thank you. And if you're bleeding like an amputee, please press 5. Thank you. If loss of blood has got you weak, and the biggest Band-Aid you can find won't stop the leak, don't hold your breath. It may take us a week. But thanks for calling us at 911. Yeah. Hey, things are really cool here. 911. With voicemail right there on good shot there, Dennis. We even figured a way to cut down on crime. We're gonna fax you a cop. They took a system that worked just swell and made a simple little phone call like a trip through hell. But don't blame Alexander Graham Bell, blame the jerk who invented voicemail, not Don Amici, just the jerk who invented voicemail. We gotta catch that mother and string him up to a telephone pole.
is on you've heard it before a couple times maybe, because we played the hell out of them when we come here, I'll tell you that. This tune is the one that I wrote and played back in 1958 in Nashville. Oh Lord, that's a long time. 1958, I went to Nashville, Tennessee with this thing in my hand. Chet Atkins brought me down from Evansville, Indiana, down to Nashville, and put me on a record session down there. And you can imagine when I walked in the studio with this thing in my hand, them hillbillies looked at me and says, "You gonna toot it or shoot it?" The new DVD, I tell you what, that's what I call it, toot it or shoot it. But the tune that I wrote was called Yakety Sax. And, but Benny Hill made it the theme song. And y'all don't know if you ever watched the old Benny Hill show. Yeah, that was it. And when that happened, everybody said, "Ooh, yeah. Boy, you make any money off that?" I said, "Yeah, every day. I got a truck every morning and take it to the thing." But this has made an old man out of me playing this thing all these years. It's been good for the band, though. It keeps them out of the street and they don't steal hubcaps here and there. They're in the CB radios and now the X radios. But we like to play it for you and hope you've had a good time, because it's been a wonderful thing to come here and play for you folks. We'll be out there in the lobby in a minute and sign some autographs for you. Here's Yakety Sax.